Welcome to The Explainer. So today we're diving into what is honestly one of the most quietly fascinating fixtures of the entire football calendar. On the surface, sure, it's a match that neither of these teams actually wanted to play. But beneath that surface, this supposedly meaningless third-place match is actually a total pressure cooker. It is packed with historic storylines, emotional farewells, and massive individual records hanging in the balance. We are talking, of course, about the 2026 World Cup bronze final between France and England.
Okay, let's dive right into our pregame breakdown. Today, we're going to cover the match nobody wants, the roads to heartbreak, a century-old rivalry, legends on the line, and finally, the final whistle.
Section 1, the match nobody wants. Right, so we've got to address the elephant in the room here. We've got two absolutely star-studded squads down in Miami playing for bronze instead of heading up to New Jersey for the gold. Now, this fixture, usually called the bronze final, follows the exact same knockout format as the rest of the tournament. That means we get extra time and penalties if they tied up after 90 minutes. It exists to offer a genuine, real podium finish, and historically these two nations view this match very, very differently. France actually has a pretty stellar track record here. They've won 2 of their 3 previous bronze finals, including successes back in 1958 and 1986. England, on the flip side, well, they arrive with a clean slate of defeats. They lost both of their previous third-place matches, in 1990 against Italy and 2018 against Belgium.
Section 2, roads to heartbreak.
To really grasp the emotional weight of this game, we have to look back at how they got here. France, their run up to the semifinals was just a total masterclass in ruthless attacking football. They navigated this crazy storm-delayed group match against Iraq, cruised right past Sweden, battled through literal 100-degree heat to edge out Paraguay, and then comfortably dispatched Morocco. Going into the semifinals, France had racked up an eye-watering 16 goals, and that was completely driven by their captain Kylian Mbappe. They looked absolutely unstoppable until, of course, they hit a massive Spanish wall.
Now, over to England. Their run was, pure high-stress theater. Thomas Tuchel's squad basically ran on late dramatic heroics from Harry Kane and Jude Bellingham. They had to mount this stunning late comeback against Congo DR. They survived a grueling, high-altitude match against Mexico with only 10 men, and then they managed to grind out an extra-time victory over Erling Haaland's Norway. It was a chaotic, totally emotionally exhausting path, but it showed immense character.
And the contrast in how their hearts were ultimately broken, it's just staggering. It's like 2 entirely different flavors of collapse. France suffered a complete tactical shutdown against Spain. They generated just 0.3 expected goals and literally 0 shots on target. Statistically, that was their worst attacking performance at a World Cup in 60 years. England's heartbreak, though, was way more cruel. They were actually leading Lionel Messi's Argentina. They looked absolutely destined for their first final in 6 decades. But then an 85th-minute thunderbolt from Enzo Fernandez, followed by a 92nd-minute header from Lautaro Martinez, both assisted by Messi, by the way, just cruelly snatched the whole dream away.
Section 3, a century-old rivalry.
Taking a step back from the immediate heartbreak, the macro stakes here are absolutely massive. These two neighbors are separated by, 20 miles of water? Yet England actually holds a pretty healthy 17-10 advantage in historical wins. But hey, context is everything, right? That advantage is heavily skewed by early blowout victories between 1923 and 1949, where England once won 10 out of 11 matchups. If we fast forward to the modern era, things are much tighter and arguably lean a bit toward France. We're talking iconic moments like Zinedine Zidane's dramatic 2-goal comeback in 2004 and France's 2-1 quarterfinal win at the 2022 World Cup, which, you might remember, was punctuated by that heartbreaking missed penalty from Harry Kane.
1923. That is the exact year these two sides first clashed. We are talking about an incredible cross-channel rivalry that stretches back well over 100 years. So yeah, there is immense national pride on the line every single time they share a pitch, even if it's just a match for third place.
Section 4, legends on the line.
Let's zoom in on the deeply human side of things, the micro stakes, if you will. First up, it's officially the end of an era for France. Didier Deschamps is stepping down after 14 incredible years at the helm. This is a man with a record 20 World Cup wins as a coach, a man who led France to the trophy in 2018 and back-to-back finals. Like he said back in January, it had to end at some point. Despite the massive disappointment against Spain, you can bet the French players are absolutely desperate to give this legendary manager a proper, victorious send-off.
Now, what's really fascinating here is the Golden Boot race. Kylian Mbappe and Lionel Messi are deadlocked at 8 goals apiece right now. And because goals in the bronze final absolutely count toward the official tally, this match is literally Mbappe's last chance to break that tie and claim the award, since Messi obviously won't play until Sunday's final. Plus, you've got Kane and Bellingham sitting on 6 goals, which means they have their own outside shot at history if they can somehow pull off a spectacular performance.
And speaking of Mbappe chasing history, keep the number 27 in mind. He is still only 27 years old. Yet during this tournament, he became the youngest player in history to reach 20 career World Cup appearances, totally shattering a record that had stood since 1978.
Not only that, he is already sitting on 20 career World Cup goals. 20! He's trailing only Lionel Messi on the all-time list. So watching him try to add to that tally in this specific match is going to be a huge storyline to follow.
And to top the whole thing off, 10. He already holds the absolute all-time record for World Cup knockout stage goals with 10. Every single time this guy steps onto the pitch, history is quite literally on the line.
Section 5. The final whistle.
So bringing it all together, let's talk tactics and expected lineups. As you'd probably guess for this fixture, both Thomas Tuchel and Didier Deschamps are expected to rotate their squads, giving some of their heavily taxed players a much-needed breather. For England, expect guys like Declan Rice and Bukayo Saka to rest, which opens the door for young talents like Kabi Mainu and Eberechi Eze. But notice who is still expected to lead the lines: Harry Kane and Kylian Mbappe. Thanks to that golden boot race and just the sheer competitive drive of both captains, these heavy hitters are staying very much in the mix.
So, the crucial point is, when and where does this all go down? Kickoff is this Saturday, July 18th, down at the 64,478 capacity Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. It starts at 5 p.m. Eastern Time, and you can catch the whole broadcast across Fox and Telemundo in the US. Honestly, it is the absolute perfect appetizer for Sunday's grand final.
Which brings us to one final question for you. Which side is going to channel their heartbreak into history? Will France rally to give Didier Deschamps the glorious farewell his 14-year reign absolutely deserves, all while propelling Mbappe to Golden Boot glory? Or will England showcase that famous resilience, finally shake off the ghost of their late collapse against Argentina, and claim a podium finish that has dodged them for decades? It is going to be a brilliant clash of human spirit and footballing pedigree. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. Enjoy the match and keep learning.